Welcome to Jonesing for Sports, where we make sports better.
Bleacher Creatures Podcast.
Bleacher Creature.
Bleacher Creature.
Bleacher Creatures.
Bleacher Creature. Bleacher Creatures.
The Bleacher Creature himself.
We're back.
We're back. Let's go.
After the long-awaited, I'll call it the hiatus because that's the criticism this the wait deserved. But we're here. God damn it, we're finally fucking back.
Back and we're better.
It has returned. I would argue we're improved. Couple key things. One, of course, just like any other show you see any combination of the three of us on, this is, of course, a Jones for Sports production. That's not going to change. The only thing that changed is the panelists as opposed to just me and John. Let's see. What else has changed? We're on Patreon. We're still on social media, but the Patreon's a big one. Why? Because most of us are still in fucking quarantine. Most of us really ain't got shit to do. Most of us are out of shit to watch on Netflix and Hulu and fucking whatever. So, do you want early access to every podcast that Jones for Sports produces? Do you want exclusive access to team-specific podcasts that we're going to be doing once these sports actually return? Do you want access to this 7.5 authentic 2019 Memorial Day fitted size 7.5 bought on the hallowed sacred ground of 161st Street from Dominican?
Right down the block from Sean's house?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Or, if a fitted's not your style, you want this fucking snapback? Because anyone who lives in the city knows that the camo colors are going to go well with that white tee and camo shorts you're wearing to the cookout.
Word up.
So, all of that can cost you as little as $1. I can dig through my fucking couch right here and dig up a fucking $1. It's not that hard.
Let's go.
Yep. Fucking sign up, people.
No, boy.
So,
Here we go, Luke.
real fucking quick. Yes, the tone of this might be a little bit more energized.
Yeah.
And before you're asking, no, I did not sniff an 8-ball before we started this episode. This show, as opposed to its old analytical format where me and John were going deep into the fucking stats and talking about ultimately the same teams on repeat, what we're doing now is this is the most unfiltered. Pretty much the only thing that you're not going to see here is me dropping the N-word, and we're good. Everything else is fair play. If you have snowflake ears, I'm going to apologize in advance, but I'm not sorry.
Right.
This is where we get all the frustration that we have with the world of sports, and we air that shit out like dirty fucking laundry. If you don't like it, again, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
It's not for
Most
you.
of us, this is how we fucking talk sports. When me, Sean,
Exactly.
and we talk to each other normally, not on the air, this is what it sounds like.
This is like the like you in the barbershop talk. This is like barbershop talk.
Yeah.
This
Right.
is we ain't gonna say what you hear on ESPN.
Right.
We're gonna tell you what we think Stephen A. was meaning by instead of screaming, "This is outrageous." Now we're gonna tell you this is some bullshit.
Right. This is Barstool minus the white privilege.
Exactly.
Right.
So basically, I'm not putting a parental advisory, but if you don't like your sports talk raw and unfiltered, this might not be the show for you. For those of you who want entertaining fucking conversation, this is the fucking lane. This is your avenue.
It's the B.
Yep, this is it. And aside from the fact that we're all fucking really tired, again, fuck you, China, of being in quarantine, being robbed and deprived of sports, and the only thing that happened to sports in the last 3-4 months has really been The Last Dance. Aside from that, what we do have is ongoing labor negotiations where the NFL seems promising, and we had the draft. We have hockey, which seems ready to come back, minus what cities are they going to play in.
I think
We have the
that's
NBA.
the playoffs.
We have the NBA, who everyone aside from Dame Lillard and a couple other guys seem to be pretty much on board. And then we have the most frustrating union, and I never thought I would turn on my own people here, not to say that I'm a pro ball player, but for fuck's sake, the MLB Players Union is so wrong about how they're handling this. I'm legitimately infuriated. When you have guys like Tom Glavine and Chipper Jones and Mark Teixeira coming out and saying, listen, just kind of shut up and play, they're fucking right. Nobody wants to hear a bunch of people who, at minimum, are making over $500,000 a year bitch about taking a half to a third of your salary, while 30 million people right now are unemployed and on unemployment.
Yep.
With zero certainty of, or am I even going to get my fucking job back?
Yep.
So
Right.
what I've seen a lot of, and if any of our listeners, if you have articles or fucking tweets or anything that can prove me wrong and make me look like an asshole, great. Send it to us on Facebook or Twitter or
Fucking send it, dude. Send it.
fucking send it over. However, what I've seen is a bunch of different proposals coming from the owners in the league, and all I've seen is the players union whine, bitch, and cry about not getting their $30 million a year salaries or their X amount salaries per player, to the point where even guys like Blake Snell are coming out and saying, oh, if I don't get my full salary, I'm not playing.
Before you go on, Luke,
Go ahead.
can you break down the proposal?
So it started off with a 50-50, which for a sport with no salary cap, a revenue share is pretty much unheard of. It's uncharted water, but it seemed to be the fit. The union seemed okay-ish with that proposition. And now what we have is, as the union cries and bitches more and over again, what we now have is, I feel the owners are getting fed up, but they also hired Scott Boras to lead the negotiations. He represents at least a quarter of these players in some capacity. And he's urging these guys, like, listen, some money is better than no money. And for what it's worth, you play for the fans.
Right.
The last thing you want to do is make the fans fucking hate you.
Right. Exactly.
Like ask anybody. I hate every single player on the Boston Red Sox roster. However, I will hate you more if you continuously veto and vote against fucking deals that will get you on the field by July 4th.
Yeah, but I think now it's less than 50% of the new proposal.
Well, now it's a sliding scale.
Yeah.
So players like Mike Trout, Garrett Cole, Bryce Harper, Machado, right?
The big guys are taking more of a cut.
They are.
They're making less.
But even the guys on rookie salary, which I think is like $538 million, or not $538,000, they're getting about $250, which even in New York,
Still a lot of money.
you can live on $250,000.
Of course.
Right. Absolutely.
You can't tell me, unless and again, if you're a minor leaguer who's just getting called up, yeah, you're getting fucked out of what would have been your full pay.
Yeah.
Not your full, just bad break.
Right.
Bryce Harper, for example, he's making his cool 30. He'll be taking home maybe $10 million. Maybe. Right. It probably less. But
Yeah,
guys like Bryce
it's-
Harper at least seem committed to – Bryce Harper's the only logical guy who's made a proposal about how to get a season in. Nobody else. Blake Snell, all he's done is played in the video game tournament that the league ran in April. Won it, but that money went to charity. But you know he was getting ad rev off his Twitch stream.
Yep.
So, and I get it. Snell plays for Tampa. He's not making much money anyway for a Cy Young winner. But
Yeah,
like, to say it's either 100% or nothing, or even yesterday,
It's a selfish bitch.
or even Marcus Stroman said, seasons, chances of a season ain't looking too good. Fuck yourself. If you're only in this for fucking money, what happened? When did players stop giving a fuck about winning championships and playing a child's game for millions?
What
happened to the passion of the fucking game?
Exactly. Where's the fucking passion?
What kills me the most is this is a sport, that I've said numerous times that you're not in the greatest. You're out of the the three major sports. You're third right now in viewership and all of that. And now with you guys not wanting to play or nothing, you're gonna take that same hit that NHL took a couple years ago with their strike and they didn't play.
Yep.
And they're still trying to recover from that. They're just getting over that now.
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
Right.
Exactly.
And
it's like,
right.
If money's a fucking problem, then something's wrong with these athletes. If they haven't been doing anything smart with their money and they're worried about losing money, then there's another problem to be talked about.
Right.
And this.
Because
athletes talk about it all the time. You got to take care of your fucking money because you never know when this shit.
We all know there is that risk of a major injury. We all know that we won't take away from it. But the fact of the matter is, it's like you're going to be playing less games. You're gonna lower the chance of catching the COVID because you're playing in empty stadiums. The proposal has guys who aren't playing in that game will have to sit in the stands. Nobody can sit next to each other in the dugout. There's no spitting. There's no eating sunflower seeds. Chewing tobacco. There's none of that.
But guess what? The KBO is still doing fucking great. They're playing.
Right. Exactly.
And who's to say? My thing is this: if anything, if you were to get back on the field, it's only going to boost your viewership because there's so many people in. If you're not a baseball fan, if you're a football guy or a basketball guy, and the NBA is not around, but there's live baseball, you're going to say, fuck that, I'm going to tune in and watch live baseball right now.
The fucking golf match brought in $8 million.
Yeah.
Now, granted, that was the most entertaining golf I've ever seen aside from, like, a major like the U.S. Open or the Masters, specifically with when Tiger came back. But, like, dude, this is the time.
Yeah.
Every year.
It all went to charity.
Right.
The whole everything, every cent went to charity.
Right.
Not 1 cent went in their pockets.
Exactly right. But to be fair, golfers make a lot more money than people may realize.
Right. Understood. But still, it was about the
Brady
passion.
just signed his fat contract, and Peyton is shitting money.
Yeah.
But however,
Peyton's turning down close to hundreds of $1 million to commentate. Like,
Peyton, right. But at least these guys could have said no.
Yep.
Courses could have said no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry, you can't have a weaker backbone than golf, who said, we'll just play the Masters in the fall.
Right.
What the fuck?
Exactly.
This is baseball.
That tells you everything.
At this point, if these fucking assholes don't want to play, then bring replacements.
Yeah, that's what I was
I guarantee you, I could go to 161st right now, or Clemente Park. I could find 25 Dominicans to go to throw Yankee jerseys on them and fucking send them into the stadium, and they can play the fucking Mets for all I care.
Yeah,
I could easily do it.
A lot of guys that would do it just for the passion.
Fucking free, right? Because it's passion.
Passion.
Where the fuck did the passion go?
Right. And I like I said, I think we said it off air that passion is the most important thing about it right now. Especially when you talk about the NBA players who have a shot at, like LeBron, have a shot to win a championship.
Yeah.
You think he wouldn't give it all just to get another ring?
I mean,
right now,
like, don't get me wrong. I know what you mean, but LeBron's a poor excuse to use because the fucking guy's loaded. But,
Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm saying
it's to the point where it's to the point where it's to the point where there's anybody who
Because he
has a
loves the
chance
game.
to win, who has a chance to win and wants to play.
Yeah.
Get the fuck on the
Right.
field and play already.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
right.
about the passion of the game. It shouldn't be
Because I
about the
don't
money.
want to me, to be honest, like even comments like Blake Snell's, like you're
Exactly. He's the
using
worst.
you're using safety as you're hiding behind the safety. When in
Yeah.
reality, you don't want to do it because you
Go,
want to hold
yeah.
up your money.
Okay, you were talking about safety. Go talk to a frontline fucking ER doctor.
Exactly. Don't give me that safety
and
bullshit.
granted, I'm not nearly as essential as a healthcare worker, but I've been working this entire fucking time sitting on a
Right.
construction site. So
Right,
again,
exactly. You've been doing it.
and I work in fucking Queens. It's not like I'm working in the fucking Catskills.
Right.
So
Exactly.
Sean, you live in the fucking city.
Exactly.
Like, people are risking
People
their
are
own
risking their
health
lives.
just to
Yep.
go to fucking work. Why are you all of a sudden better than the common man, or better yet, the fucking average Tampa resident who I know Rays games? You want to see social distancing? Watch a fucking Rays regular season game, not the Yankees
Exactly.
or Red Sox.
You
Yeah, just be real about
as
it.
an example, like you're talking about a Tampa game. You're in a state where the minute they said, "All right, we're open," everybody flooded the fucking beach.
Okay, granted, baseball in Tampa is not great.
There's more attendance at Yankee spring training games.
But if Blake Snell was such hot shit, he would draw more than 400 fucking people to Tropicana Field to watch him fucking pitch.
Mm-hmm.
More people in Tampa would rather wrestle alligators and smoke meth than watch him pitch.
I mean, their highest attendance games are when like the Yankees are there because it's all Yankee fans.
Or Boston. That's it.
Yeah.
Like it's travel. It's they get none but opposing teams fans.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and now that Tom's
Sounds
in
like
town,
a Knicks game.
Oh, and now that Tom Brady's in town, oh, now you really ain't shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Oh yeah.
Went from being probably
yeah.
the best team in that city to forget it.
So all the fun
Yeah.
I'm asking for out of the players union, if you don't like an offer, counter. You don't want to counter, then continue to rob yourself of any bargaining leverage you have, or just figure it out, or just say
Right. You can't
we're
just
not going
give it up to the owners. Yeah. Absolutely.
or just go on strike. We're not going to play.
Right. You gotta
Back
draw
and
the
forth
line and
bullshit.
pick a side.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, but and meanwhile, the NHL has their plan in place,
They're ready.
minus what cities, but that's understandable.
They're ready for
Yeah.
playoffs.
Right, exactly. And not only that, this playoff hockey is fucking amazing.
I
It's
watch
the
playoff
best.
hockey.
It's the best playoffs out of all of them.
It is.
No question.
Playoff hockey to me is similar to watching NCAA March Madness.
It is.
It's
funny.
exciting.
Even
It's
Pat
up in the
McAfee-
air. You never know who the fuck's gonna win.
Even Pat McAfee on his show said, you may not be a Duke, Carolina, Kansas fan, or maybe you went to a school that's just not like a sports school. A lot of people do that. However, you get sucked into March Madness. We get sucked into the World Cup and World Cup qualifying.
Yep.
Playoff hockey is infectious.
Yep.
Now you up the pool from 16 to 24.
Yeah, that shit's gonna be wow.
Dude, playoff
Wow.
hockey is going to be fucking more lit than it's ever been.
Ever. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Just
Shout out to the Blackhawks, baby.
just think of it, like 2 years ago, how Vegas felt with the Golden Knights on their run.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's going to be into. Like, just
Yeah.
even if you're
My
a fan
Blackhawks just got in because of this shit. The Blackhawks just got in. We suck, but We just got in. So, but once you're in, you never know. You never know with hockey. So.
Especially with hockey.
Yep.
And
that's
then
going to be fucking
we
exciting.
have the NBA, who their only bargaining hurdle is more or less just making arrangements with Disney. Which means your two fucking cities are going to be LA, Anaheim, and fucking Orlando. You have your TV deal because who owns fucking ESPN?
Disney.
You have to figure out the TNT bullshit, but that's fine. TNT just paid how much for the match? They'll do it.
Right.
The NBA is going to come back.
Yeah, we're going to see NBA.
Empty seats, but who the fuck cares? No one cares about fans in the seats anymore.
Right. That's not what we want.
But if the other and the NFL is basically, I don't know if their heads up their ass and they're just pretending that COVID doesn't exist. But
yeah, they're going about it as like
yeah.
But even with or without the fucking fans, you're not having the NFL in this country.
Right.
Conversely, and I would argue even a bigger draw, you are sure as fuck not having – you're not going to not have college football.
Yeah.
The South will rise again.
That'll be a riot.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Tell Bama fans they're not going to see their Roll Tide this year. I dare you. I want to be the one who goes with you to tell them that. Just to see, like –
Yeah.
I want
to go down south.
Don't tell Clemson. Don't tell Dabo and Clemson you're not playing this year.
Yeah.
They can't compete for a national championship.
Yeah, the Big 12 already said, yeah, bring them all in. We don't care.
No way.
But yeah, have fun telling Mississippi and Mississippi State fans, oh yeah, the Egg Bowls is not going to happen. Or
not happening.
Go to Columbus. Yeah, go to Columbus and tell them, oh yeah, you know that Michigan game? That's not happening. Right.
Well, I want to swing over to the NBA side real quick, and I want to ask y'all a question before I go off on it.
Go ahead.
Damian Lillard recently said that he will not play any games if the NBA proposal that was put out recently, which I think they said they'll only have 3 or 5 regular season games before they go to the playoffs. And that would put some of the teams like Portland, who only need 3 games to get into the 8th seed spot, would take them out if that were to be the case. He said he wouldn't play any games. He would go to the team practices and everything. He's just not playing in the games. I want to hear what your thoughts are first before I say anything. Luke, you being the outside when it comes to basketball, I want to hear your thoughts first before I hear you.
Okay. Portland right now is 29-37. You had like 60 fucking plus games to solidify the 8th spot.
Very true.
Or get into the fucking dance. You're bitching now because of 5 games? No, I don't buy it. If you are Julius Randle, the season's a wash, or if you're a guy coming off injury, I don't fucking blame you if you're not. Show up, put your suit on, go hang out. I get it. But for someone of Lillard's, I don't want to use the word importance, but with someone with his much star power, to be this much of a pussy about this, when you had all these fucking games, you could have played a little bit better. Not him specifically, but your team.
Right.
I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for you.
I hear you. Yeah.
All right. It's funny that you brought this part up because I think it was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, like somebody like Larry Nance of all people said a comment like that, like, "Oh, I don't think I'd play. I'd be afraid to play because Larry Nance, you play for the Cavs. There's no reason to play. Stay home.
Yeah,
right.
Stay home. Now Lillard, you're a star player. I know that they would love to see you here and there, but if you have no shot at the playoffs, then don't play. I mean, improve your team's chance of the lottery for all of that. Why not? if I'm the Warriors, and you think I'm gonna say, Steph, you're gonna play these 5 games? No, Steph, get ready for next year. I'm not gonna play no star players. If you're a team that's gonna miss the playoffs, even though today it came out that the NBA is considering like a play-in for those couple teams that are all close to the ACs on both conferences, and Portland would be one of those teams.
Yep.
Right.
But if you're a player and you have no shot and you won't qualify for a play-in, your team should be smart and sit you.
Right.
Especially literally a guy who's case in point, while the Trailblazers have the record they have, he missed some time this year.
Yeah.
Well, rest up.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, even in a playing game, the playing game in the West would be Portland versus Memphis. You're telling me
No, it's between, they're gonna do like a 4. It's between 4 teams in the West. It'll be Portland, Memphis, I think New Orleans,
Pelicans and the Kings.
and the Kings.
Yeah.
All right, if that shakes out, let's just say Portland, Memphis. I don't give a fuck where you play it, but if it's John Morant versus Dame Lillard for a playoff spot, that's must see TV.
In an open gym. Like
Right.
let's hear this out. Let me lay this out for you. These playoffs that we're gonna see, it's gonna be guys going at each other's necks. It's just like them playing in the summer, their summer pickup games. This is what we're gonna see. We're gonna see the best out of these guys.
Yeah.
No fans, none. Just 1-on-1. Your best 5 on the court at that time versus my best 5. We're just gonna go at each other's necks.
Yep.
You got to.
You're gonna see guys. You're gonna be seeing more guys go for 40 in playoff games this playoff. I tell you this now.
And by the way, the UFC already proved you can
do it.
bleed, sweat, and be in literally body to body, basically naked, and not get COVID.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyone arguing that I'm afraid, no. Go talk to a cage fighter.
Right. Exactly. And my whole take on this shit is basically the same shit you guys said. Like, I mean, I understand where he's coming from because his team had a legitimate spot and they were 15 games away. But like you said, E, play it smart, nigga, and just fucking get the lottery. What the fuck? Why risk injury and not make the playoffs and then that happens? I mean, that doesn't make any fucking sense. What,
you heard the man. Play it smart.
Play it fucking smart, nigga.
Yeah.
But I think that a proposal, if they were to have a proposal as in, if those guys wanted to play it out, that would be beautiful. You get a wild card. They don't have a NBA wild card. Give them a fucking NBA wild card. You get those 4 teams, a little tournament, one game elimination to see who gets the 8th spot.
My thing is, why not? You're not looking to finish till the end of August as is.
Exactly.
So
give the people what they want to see. A battle. Give the people what they want to see. Fuck it. If they're gonna complain about shit, then give the people what they want to see. Battle that shit out, and then boom, nobody can say shit. But if that doesn't happen, Damian Lillard, you're rich as fuck. Relax, bro. Relax.
Like, I'm
called Dame Dollar for a reason.
Exactly.
Bro.
If all that Dame hit the studio, work on your next album.
Right, exactly. And like Luke said, you had 60 plus games to be good. Everybody thought you guys were going to be good. What the fuck happened? You guys made it to the conference championship last year. And I'm a big fan. You know I'm a big fan, E. I'm a big ass fan. But on this one, you wrong, my brother. You're wrong.
I told you, who's the one guy before this all happened that I said I would be afraid if the Lakers had to face him
I think I think that has part to think why he's saying that. He wants the Lakers round 1. He wants the Lakers.
Kills the Lakers. But
all right. The Lakers want them too. The Lakers want to eat them niggas. But
and now we talking NBA. This one I heard last week that I didn't really like. I know Sean ain't like it at all.
I'm shocked.
And
I'm
that's
shocked you don't like it because I know how you are with LeBron, but
And
you
that's
even got his
Mr.
back.
Paul Pierce, the truth,
He
leaving.
ain't telling the truth on this one.
He hasn't told the truth
This
since he
nigga
retired.
lied.
He hasn't told the truth since he retired with his hot takes.
Yeah,
Yep.
he been all
That
lies.
man lied.
He left he left LeBron out of his top 5. Now, I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm not a Jordan fan. So I know the Jordan fans will be like,
really?
LeBron
You
is in
do?
top 5. And the LeBron lovers will be like, LeBron is the GOAT. I don't care for none of that. Y'all know who my guy is. Y'all know who my guy is. So my thing is, you just got to recognize game, bro.
Come on.
Like, real recognize is real. Recognize game. You know what the guy's fucking
Come
done.
on.
Like, for me to say he's number 2 of all time, I'm like, all right, LeBron's number 2 of all time. But what kills me is Paul Pierce has been making so many comments since he retired. 2 years ago, Wade, what was it? Wade's not one of the best. I had a better career than him. All right, let's talk about this. Let's keep the root. Paul Pierce, you were the start of the super team. It took your team creating the super team era to win a championship. And let me say, and it's not talking hate because I'm a Laker fan and they beat my Lakers. You got 1 chip. 1. You are in nobody's top 5 greatest of all time. The only top 5 you'll be mentioned in is greatest Celtics of all time.
That's it.
And you might not crack the top. And you ain't even gonna crack the top 3.
Actually, it might even be hard for him to crack the top 5 of all time.
That franchise is story.
That's
That's a story franchise.
What?
And I'm giving them credit. And I don't root for nothing Boston. I'm over here.
He might crack the top 5, maybe.
But for him to like, I feel like every time they're talking when like there is slow NBA news, he makes a fucking comment about something on a player that he thinks it took your teammate going and getting Kevin Garnett, Hall of Famer, Ray Allen, Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
The emergence of Rondo as the point guard he is.
Well, I think will be
Doc
another
Rivers,
Hall
your
of
head
Famer.
coach. And you had a good role. The role players on that team were good too. But it took you that. You won 1 chip. So now you have the. It's funny that you talk the most and you got a guy who works with you on ESPN and Tracy McGrady who ranked higher than you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's cut the nonsense trying to say. I feel like he has to go in at the top guys just to. Bro, you're not top 5 at anything, bro. Like.
But can we agree that Paul Pierce, aside from him being completely wrong on this and just being a dick, this is kind of an ESPN problem.
Yeah.
There's always one of their people. Like, remember when Kurt Schilling worked there?
Horrible.
Yeah.
But case in point, ESPN always has this one asshole per sport that just will say some outlandish bullshit. Like, and I'm not talking Stephen A. I'm talking one of their, like, Paul Pierce is not a main contributor to that channel.
He's almost like if you want to keep it a little relevant to what they have, almost how like Rex Ryan is on the NFL Sunday shit. Like,
Right.
Like just to somebody to spit bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
And take up some fucking airtime because I guess Rachel Nichols can't speak all the time on the jump.
But I mean, this is fucking nonsense. I hate LeBron as much as the next LeBron hater, but I also hate him for the same reasons I hate Tom Brady, David Ortiz, guys like that who are Hall of Famers, undeniable talent. Like, I hate you because you're that good type of logic.
Right.
But like, it's LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
The only other person in that stratosphere or people, Jordan, Wilt, well not Wilt, Kareem, and maybe Magic.
Put Wilt in there.
And you could put Wilt in. But there's rare air.
Right.
And to just deny one of the 2 staples.
To me, you know what's the funniest though? Like Paul Pierce, this is a guy who was never the top guy in his decade. Like You came up, it was Kobe's league.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was
Yeah.
LeBron's league. And you still had guys like Durant that you know you weren't better than. Like, bro, real recognize real. You played in these guys' era.
And that's the problem. He's not real because he can't recognize the real. Now, this is where, before I go off on him, this is the only credit I can give Paul Pierce. And this is the only time that I've ever heard him tell the truth when I actually looked at it. He is LeBron's only rival. If you really look at it, he's LeBron's only rival because before LeBron went to Miami, even when he went to Miami, that was the one team he couldn't get over the hump, was the Celtics.
Yeah, of course.
So, and LeBron came out and said it. He said, I don't have rivals, but if you want to give it to a team or a player, it's Paul Pierce and the Celtics because they were the team. They were the reason why he went to Miami. They were the reason because he could not beat them. He knew staying in Cleveland was not going to work.
Era. They created the super team era.
Exactly. I say that all the time. Thank you, E. I say that all the time. I said that because everyone says LeBron created the super team. No, he didn't. The Celtics did. They've been doing that. They've been a super team way back in the freaking 70s and 60s. They were winning 8 championships at a time.
The Celtics started it. LeBron popularized it.
There you
Exactly.
go.
Exactly.
Couldn't get that any better.
Exactly. And for him to say that he's not top 5, that's just pure hate and jealousy. He wishes that his name was mentioned in the same breath as LeBron or Kobe or a Michael or a Magic, but he can't. He can't, and he never will be. Because every time they bring up the fucking Boston Celtics, they bring up Bird. They don't bring up Paul Pierce. They bring up Bird and those Celtics.
Yeah,
those were old Celtics.
Right.
Exactly.
What's Paul Pierce's most memorable highlight? To me, it's him shitting his pants.
All right,
Exactly.
and let's not forget to mention, though, that second time they played the Lakers in those finals, granted, they hit injuries towards the end, and but Paul Pierce was kind of handled by Ron Artest.
I think he averaged somewhere like 15 points, bro.
Come on
He
now.
was locked up. He was locked the fuck up. So for him to just say some bullshit like that is he's seeing all the attention that LeBron and Michael are getting, and Kobe's even brought into the conversation, but nobody's bringing up his name. Nobody, and he's jealous. He's jealous, and he just wants to bring up the fact that he had a rivalry with LeBron. He was one of the only superstars to ever be successful. Well, in that time, to be successful in the East against LeBron. But that was it. What happened after that? You couldn't. It was over.
It's funny because today I found it's meaningless to this argument, but there was a stat I seen today. There's one guy who has a winning record against Jordan, LeBron,
Oh, I saw this too.
Chauncey Billups stat.
Nope.
Mr. fucking Big Shot, the only guy in his career to have winning records against those 3 guys.
Yeah.
Let's not forget to mention Paul Pierce. You played on a ton of shitty Celtics teams.
Yeah, exactly. Before Allen and Garnett got there, they were trash.
One playoff appearance.
Yeah, they were trash. They were fucking trash. It took Garnett and Allen for them to be relevant. But he wants to talk about LeBron went over to Miami.
And it took
Come on now.
It took being in the same division as the fucking Knicks for those bad teams to go unnoticed.
Exactly. He forgets. He always says LeBron wouldn't have won these rings without Kyrie and Dwayne Wade and blah blah blah. You would have never won rings without Garnett and Allen. You would have still been in the fucking bottom of the East, trying to get the fuck out of Boston. Mm-hmm. And let's not forget what happened when you left Boston. Everyone forgot about you because it was over. You went to the Nets, and that was nothing. You guys made the playoffs and got washed by the Heat, by LeBron. It was after 2010. They have not beaten LeBron. It was over as far as playoffs go. So, but just look at LeBron's resume. Come on, bro. Real recognize real, like
the best
he said.
comment,
So
and
just recognize real.
to finish this off, the best comment I've heard was the year he was retiring. As much as I don't like to give the guy credit, but Draymond Green told him, "You're not Kobe. You're not getting a retirement tour."
Yeah, exactly. And he was quiet.
Exactly.
So bring that energy too. Be quiet. Shut the fuck up. No one wants, just talk. Be relevant when it comes to talking NBA in today's game. And if you're not going to be real, don't say it, because
Just don't waste.
shit like this is going to happen. We're going to come on here and we're going to blast your dumb ass.
Don't
We
waste
want
your
to
time.
respect you because you're great. You are great. But when you say dumb shit, you're going to get blasted.
Yeah, don't waste your time. Don't waste our time on meaningless shit just to have a hot take because it's a slow news day.
Yeah.
So can we transition to the other fucking complete retard that needs to be
Oh, yeah.
fucking fumigated?
Oh, you mean Sean's favorite player? Go ahead.
I got to like this one.
Yeah, you're gonna need more than that to deal with this, because
I know. I need a drink, too.
Yeah, you hold it. You is there 45 grams in that?
I wish.
Because apparently that's the magic millions to pay Dak Prescott.
I think Sean need a little bit of this.
Yeah, send that over.
Yeah,
Coming over.
You're gonna need a
I'll be
little
over
bit of
there
that.
soon.
'Cause it's looking like
Oh, this motherfucker here, man. This nigga here is tripping, y'all. Oh my God. And I'm a fan. Y'all know I keep it real when it comes to my Cowboys. I don't like to be biased, anything
Andy
like
Dalton.
that. But this
Hey.
nigga tripping.
all I'm saying is Andy Dalton 2021.
Yeah, fucking really.
For real. For real. I'll let y'all start because, woo.
All right,
This nigga is
every
tripping.
Cowboy fan I've talked to is official, except for you, is done with Dak. Like, this is the straw that broke the camel's back.
And like for you to say that, because it's true, Sean has gave nothing but the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
He's always been positive, like, nah, Dak will get it done. He'll do this.
I have.
But just hear me out. About a month ago, Cowboy fans were on a high, had a great draft.
Yep.
You know, everybody's
Yep.
talking about how great your offense is going to be and everything. And now we're talking about your quarterback needing some money.
Yep.
Before last season, it came out that he wanted like 40 plus. And we all said, are you fucking out of your mind? And everything. And he hasn't changed his mind a bit. So, is he worth
It's so bad. Even my dad is one of the biggest fucking Cowboy fans you'll ever fucking meet. And he goes way back to the 60s. He's been a Cowboy fan since the 60s.
As a Cowboy.
And he didn't even know about what was going on. And I said, did you hear what Dak is asking for? He said, what is he asking for? I said, he's asking for $45 million. And my dad said, is he fucking kidding me? Is he fucking kidding me? And then he said, you know what? I'm not going to get mad. We have Andy Dalton. I'm not going to get mad. That's what he said. That's what he said. And that's coming from my dad who's been riding for Dak this whole time. Like, well, not riding for me. He didn't really, get into all the negotiation and shit like that. But he wanted Dak to be our quarterback. But for that type of money, you must be out your fucking mind, bro.
Especially after just paying fucking Amari Cooper for what you paid him.
You are 1-2 in the fucking playoffs, bro. I get it. You've won 2 division titles, but we don't hang division titles and be proud of that shit, because that doesn't mean shit. That's cool. You did that over Carson Wentz, who everyone thought was going to turn out better, and due to injury, it hasn't been that way for him. So Dak has been the better quarterback.
And what you said from what you said just for that is the craziest part. The only thing stopping Carson Wentz is his injury history.
Exactly. Carson Wentz hasn't really haven't gotten a fair shot. And when he has played, he's played well. So
for what it's worth, Dak may not be the best quarterback in that division, and I'm not even talking about Wentz. In another year, for all we know, Danny Dimes could be the best quarterback stat wise in that fucking division.
I'm not. I wouldn't. I'm with you on that. I'm honestly
The other
with you on that.
thing, here's the other problem. Not only are you 1-2 in the playoffs, you ask Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, or any of the other current players, star players that are actually worth what they're paid, and if not more, about not only getting what they're worth, but restructuring or taking pay cuts to fucking build winning teams.
Right.
And
Exactly.
plus, well, you gotta admit though too, every fucking year, Dak has had a good offense around him.
He's had the best offensive line, except for last year when the Colts were insanely
Right.
good on the offensive line.
He's always got receivers. He's got top 3 running back in the fucking league.
And a top 5 O-line.
Right.
Like, look, you just mentioned 2 names. Brady, who's probably playing with his most talented group of receivers this year. Rodgers, who never has, outside of Devontae Adams, you don't know who the fuck he throws the ball to.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And don't
He's got fucking Michael Thomas.
shortchange Ben Roethlisberger, who's restructured his contract. I can't even count how many times.
Yep. Exactly.
So for you to say
Exactly.
$45 million and you haven't been,
And
you've yet to play up to $45 million status.
so the thing with him, what they're saying is that they offered him a 5-year deal worth somewhere close to $110 million guaranteed. But he wants a $4 million 4-year deal worth the same amount. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me? He wants the same thing, but just for 4 years.
Maybe
Who the fuck?
the best thing for him to do, get on Jerry's yacht, go all the way out to the middle of the ocean, and try to get him there. Because otherwise, you're asked out. Like, to me, I wouldn't pay him $45 million.
Nobody is.
Right, exactly. If he goes to the open
Chris-
market, no one's paying that.
Right now, if there was one guy who said, I need $45 million, and I'd be like, we could talk about it, and that's Mr. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And he's getting paid very soon. So
Oh, yeah.
they're gonna Watson's gonna top that shit.
Whatever Dak gets paid, whenever, Mahomes is gonna be the highest paid quarterback in the league.
Right. Exactly. So I don't understand where Dak is.
By the way,
I'm trying to get it. Go ahead.
put it on the other side of the ball. You have guys like Minka Fitzpatrick, T.J. Watt, fucking Marcus Peters, stud players on defense that would be lucky to get 20 a year.
Right.
But putting up insane numbers.
Exactly.
This to me is very similar to why Jadeveon Clowney has no job.
It's funny
Right.
you just said that. I was just about to say, you got fucking Clowney who can't even.
Clowney, here, Dak and Clowney are eerily similar for this reason to me. Forget the playoffs. You as a player in the league, they lack sex appeal. And what I mean by that is, what is the stat that is leaping off the page? What are you elite at? Jadeveon Clowney is the most boring statistical D end in football because he only gets like 3 sacks a year.
But we're talking about a guy. We're talking about a guy,
and can contain Lamar Jackson.
and you're talking about a guy who played most of his years with J.J. Watt and the Texans
And
defense.
Wilfork, right.
Yep. Exactly.
And for what it's worth, the Seahawks D-line wasn't garbage last year either.
No, they were good.
Right, but
Right.
Clowney is a guy. Clowney is the cherry on top of an already good D-line.
Yeah.
He's not the guy you're building. He's not a DeForest Buckner. He's not an Aaron Donald. He's not add a list of 35 other fucking guys. He's just not that guy. He's not going to get you sacks. He's gonna contain the edge,
Right.
and he'll force running backs and Lamar Jackson inside.
Yeah.
But aside from, and maybe apparently he's good in coverage. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I can get a guy with a busted ankle to cover most of these running backs in the flat.
Right.
But how's he going to do against McCaffrey or Kamara?
Exactly.
I'm just saying, you got to know what the fuck you're worth.
Right, exactly. And then
And
it's when you think about like we
real quick, Emmitt Smith, when apparently because the number went up over the course of the summer and the spring, Emmitt Smith was like, "Do you understand how much money you will make in sponsorships and endorsements as the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys?"
Exactly.
You could get, your salary could be $20 million, and you will take home 50.
Yeah.
Right.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Dak already signed with, I believe, like the Dannon yogurt and Campbell's Chunky Soup?
Yep.
Which is one of the NFL's like biggest commercials.
Right. Exactly.
Right. Case in point, I had that Oikos yogurt today. It says right on the fucking cup, official yogurt of the NFL.
Right. Exactly. So, I think there's a few of them. I think he has a few more too.
Of course he does. He's the starting quarterback for the Cowboys.
He's playing the most popular position for the biggest NFL team out there. Worldwide, everybody knows the Dallas Cowboys.
Right. Exactly. And then it goes back to what we were saying before. What happened to the passion of the fucking game? Now it's all about fucking money. What happened to winning a Super Bowl for the Dallas Cowboys? If you fucking do that,
and that to
money will never be a fucking problem for you.
To me, that's why
you have the fucking team to do it.
To me, that's why when you say like when I say Patrick Mahomes. So when Patrick Mahomes goes in to negotiate, well, I won a Super Bowl in my second full year starting. I was the MVP my first full year starting. Look at what he has on his resume. Dak can say, well, I won one playoff game, and I won the division a couple times.
We led the league in offense and went 8-8.
And went 8-8. Now, from what I hear, he's gonna play regardless. He's gonna sign the tag if it doesn't get done by July 15th. So I'm not worried regardless if he plays or not, because we have in my opinion, the best backup in the NFL in Andy Dalton. So it'll work out.
Yep.
It'll work out regardless. But come on. You see what's on the line. Let it be about the passion before the money. Be about the passion. Win a ring for the Dallas fucking Cowboys. If you do that, money will never be an issue for you in the entirety of your life.
And by the way, there's also a quarterback right now, jobless,
former MVP,
who's
fighting
MVP,
and to the Super Bowl.
Yep. Exactly. Think about that shit.
Tread lightly. Now, granted, Cam Newton cannot stay healthy.
But let's be honest now.
But he's got it in him.
If we put Cam Newton behind that Cowboys line, because he was getting the shit kicked out of him in fucking Carolina.
Yeah, you put him behind Indy, Pittsburgh, Dallas, any team with a top 10 line, he's going to do fucking great.
Right.
And
exactly.
I'll even give you this one. Let's say Dak doesn't play well this year, and the Cowboys suck. There's a kid sitting in Clemson.
Here's the problem: that Dallas team is too fucking good. They can't tank.
I'm just throwing it out there.
They can't. They're too good. That's the other problem. You can't suck.
Yes.
Because
that would be beautiful if it was possible.
That kid's
definitely be fucking beautiful.
I brought it up as an option, but that kid's most likely gonna be in New England.
Yeah.
No. There is, by the way, call to action. Jacksonville, we need you to go winless. Just so New England does not get Trevor.
Just keep Belichick away from Trevor Lawrence.
You really think Belichick is going to tank? I don't think they're going to tank.
Golden State just did it. What's the
yeah, but that's after Curry got injured.
All I'm saying is it's not below anybody to eat dick for a year or two when you know that
that's true.
is fucking working.
I I just don't see it happen. I think Belichick has too much pride. And I think he really believes that Stidham will get some of the job done, you know.
Good. Then let him go 6-10 and pick 8th.
So you really, but I'll tell you what'll shift that is when you hear Brian Hoyer starting for like the first 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, or Stidham.
Yeah, I think it would be Stidham first. I think it'll be Stidham.
And he might go veteran first.
I'll make a bold prediction and say that the Patriots will be in the fight for the playoffs.
That's a reasonable.
They're not winning their division.
Fuck no.
I'm not gonna say that, but I think they'll be in the fight.
Buffalo-
Fight for the playoffs. I think they'll be in the fight.
Right now, as we're speaking,
They still got a great defense. Huh?
That's Buffalo's division right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with that for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Any other airing of grievances that we need to get out here?
Anybody else pissed me off recently? Before we end this
I
shit.
haven't heard anything from Jason Whitlock, so we're not going down that road.
Yeah, he's been quiet on this. And it's funny you say that because even Jason Whitlock's been quiet on a lot of shit recently. So good job, Jason Whitlock. Be quiet. Don't say shit, because when you say shit, you see what happened. You got a lot of backlash for that shit. But I want to air the airman himself out real quick.
Oh, God.
For being a bitch. Yes, I said it. You are being a bitch for not owning up to saying that you were the reason why Rodman was not on the USA team. We just heard the audio.
Not Rodman.
And on The Last Dance, you fucking said that you had to switch it up and make it sweet so it sounded like you didn't have the last say. But we got the tape, we got the audio, and we heard the truth. You said it. You did not want Rodman. You said his fucking name. So
Isaiah Thomas, not Rodman.
I keep saying Rodman. Isaiah Thomas. So we heard it. Be a man about it and just fucking say it. It happened already. What are you hiding behind? There ain't nothing to hide behind. So I think that was a bitch move. You think people are just gonna you're Air Jordan and nobody cares if you say it. They're still gonna ride with you. So be a man about it and just fucking own up to it. We just heard it.
By the way, I heard on a podcast done by 2 comedians, Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, they were pretty much saying that The Last Dance was great. It was fucking awesome to watch. But is Jordan of that exclusive enough class where he gets to be the executive producer on his own 10-part documentary?
Yep.
Doesn't that kind of take away from the allure of it a little bit, where who is going to suck his own dick more than Michael Jordan?
Right.
I see it as this is people are gonna just like just that little bit of insight he's gonna give them into his life or something. They're gonna take it.
Oh no, Jordan's worth. Jordan is one of those people. He's a stratospheric public figure. He's worth a documentary. But for what it's worth, when you make a documentary about yourself, that kind of
call it The Last Dance about Chicago.
Well, no, that was Phil's.
That was probably Netflix or ESPN.
No, that was Phil.
Well, no, I know that was Phil. I'm saying that he tried to make it about the Chicago Bulls last thing, but it was mainly about Jordan, and throughout that he was shitting on all his fucking teammates.
Yeah, Horace Grant was pissed off.
Scottie Pippen.
Right, you pissed off. Come on.
He pissed off a lot of fucking people.
All I'm saying is I guarantee
what it is.
I guarantee you, when LeBron retires, when Brady retires, when Trout retires, Sidney Crosby,
Tiger.
Ovechkin, these guys are probably, because everyone saw how much of a massive success this was. Do us a favor. Let Ken Burns make the documentary. Let Netflix or ESPN just go do it. Don't to me, that leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I don't need to see you over the course of 10 parts air grievances and suck your own dick.
For real. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great to watch. Everybody knows I'm always a LeBron, but I'm a big Jordan fan. Big Jordan fan, but and the documentary was great. You saw how great he was and everything. It didn't sway my opinion on who's the GOAT. To me, it's still LeBron, but
really?
It didn't sway my opinion, not one bit.
No shit. Anyone who follows us on social media knows exactly your thoughts on this debate.
Exactly. But it was a great documentary, and I appreciated his greatness. But some people saw this and didn't see the bad in Jordan, and that shit just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because if it was anybody else but Jordan, they would have a problem. But because it was Jordan, they'll let it slide. Shit like that. But it is what it is. That's how they want to live their life.
But now that Jordan has his 10-parter, I need one about Kobe.
It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
I know it, but I'm just saying I need that.
Yeah, Kobe's gonna be fucking ridiculous.
It's gonna be almost a fucking continuation because they're the same person.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah.
It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be even deeper than that shit. It's gonna be done right.
No baseball, no gambling.
Well, you got the Lance Armstrong 30 for 30.
There's a few. I think Brady's apparently setting one up or some shit like that.
Of course he is.
Yeah. So.
But to Tom Brady's credit, he's good enough to warrant at least a 30 for 30.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Peyton Manning. I have no problem. Even fucking Steph Curry one day. I don't care. If you're good enough where you're probably a Hall of Famer or a shoo-in and you get a documentary, great. Good for you. That just validates that you are or were in your career an absolute fucking beast. Just don't produce it. Let other people do it. Steven Spielberg made Saving Private Ryan. But
I'll say this. LeBron's definitely going to produce his shit. I already know it. LeBron's definitely. But he's done a good job, but we'll see.
Brady will do the same. They're not going to let nobody else touch anything about their likeness.
Yeah.
All right, we got anything else here?
That's it. Yeah. So fuck you to all you guys that we blasted on this bitch.
Yeah, basically. Again, if you're just a fucking idiot at this point and you don't follow us on social media, or if you don't want exclusive podcasts, at least a week advance access to everything we fucking do, and a chance for fucking giveaways.
And this is the only way you're gonna hear this fucking podcast.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
This is the only way you're gonna hear this one, so you might as well fucking get on Patreon. It's a fucking $1.
Yeah, it's a fucking $1.
It's a fucking $1.
Yep. It's a fucking $1. There's really nothing else.
That's gonna be the comment for every time we mention Patreon. It's a fucking $1.
It's a fucking $1.
We say
we're not active, and we have multiple tiers that go up more than $1. But like Luke says, to enter in all this shit, it's only $1. You ain't gonna get any other. We're not gonna give the guy who pays $20 more of a chance of winning than you with your $1. Everybody gets a shot at winning whatever we put up. So.
We got some cool shit coming too. We got face masks. That's gonna be the new wave since everybody got to be face masked up. So might as well have your team on your fucking face. You feel me? We'll have that shit. So sign up for a fucking $1.
Yep. And if you don't want a face mask, I'll order you an American flag, because all you have to do to fight off the virus is just wrap yourself in an American flag. It fights away the communism. But nonetheless, it's a fucking $1. We're not trying to act or sound like whores here. We just think what we do is at least worth $1.
At least.
Yeah, at bare minimum. That's it. That's all we're trying to say here. It's a fucking dollar. You don't have a dollar? 30 million of you motherfuckers are on unemployment making $1,000 a week. You can't spare one?
I know some of you motherfuckers. I'm watching you, niggas.
Yeah.
Sean knows. Us working folk, yo, we gotta support ourselves here.
Yeah, man.
You feel me? I'll be in your DM soon, motherfuckers.
Yep. Sean will be in your DMs, and how about this? If you don't consider at least giving us $1, you support China and ISIS.
Damn.
Fuck you.
Wow.
Yeah. But no, in all seriousness, it's just $1. We like what we do. We think we're worth something. If you like what we do, then it doesn't cost much. If you type in on Facebook, oh, that show was fucking great, I'll be the guy on the freeway. Help brother out. Fair change. I have no problem being that guy.
I mean, if most of y'all gonna ask y'all girls to buy y'all a PS5, at least ask her for $1.
Yeah, really.
That's what grandma, mama, dad, big bro, big sis, little bro, little sis. Be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm done groveling. That's pretty much it. Just go find us. You know where the fuck we are. We've been doing this shit for like 2 years.
Yeah.
We're not hard to find.
I'm too high for this shit. Sign off.
All right, Sean's too high. He's got to go. I got to wake up at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I gotta wake up at 5, so.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Peace.
Take it deep, motherfuckers. Be easy.
Jones with the sports, bitch. We make sports better.
All right, stop throwing up gangster.